went for it on 4th down. It's good field position for Michael Vick and the Hokies. Michael's loading up and looking long. Andre Davis in stride, touchdown! They've been waiting all year, and they finally hook up on the big ball.
He gets one-on-one matchup to the outside. Even though Bryant's West Virginia's best corner, this is one of those things where he is throwing it as far and as high as he can downfield. And Andre Davis, he took a face mask, both hands, everything he needed to catch that football. And look at the relief on Michael Vick. He knows about the pressure on the outside. He knows how people are questioning him and about all the hype. Is he receiving too much?
Pitch it to Bush. Bush turns the corner with a cutback. Bush with a blocker in front. Great block. And Bush streaking for the end zone for the touchdown. 58 yards.
Yikes. There's been a lot of big plays early in this game.
Trojans staying with that 4-man front. Reaches for it. Touchdown. Well, he's got the team on his back, man.
Well, we talked about you can be in position, you can have the right defensive call made, you can do everything right. But if you got him one-on-one, you're probably not going to tackle him.
John Parker Wilson back across the middle. Wow, that's short of the first down. Ahmad Black, number 35, delivered the blow on Darius Hanks, and it's 3 and out.
3rd and 5. Miami brings forward, in and out of the hands, and picked off. Edward Reed has it coming left. He's got some help. Edward Reed strolls in for the touchdown. Second return of a touchdown this season for the junior strong safety Edward Reed, and we will be pelted with oranges again.
No timeouts for the Hoosiers. Mendoza in trouble. It's out. Touchdown! Wow! A rock play. Unbelievable. Give him the Heisman Trophy now. Did he get his foot down?
The ruling of the touchdown.
Control. Oh my goodness. Oh, no way. Oh my goodness.
Was the left foot the first one to touch?
Oh my goodness, it's a touchdown.
Oh my gosh! He caught it!
He caught it.
Line drive punt taken at the 40. That's Adams. Trying to reverse this field. But everybody's staying home. Now he does a tightrope act. Boy, Houdini's in the house. Wearing number 3. And nobody's home to watch that house. Touchdown, Hogs! Holy hog!
I'm sure there was a moment right about here where Bobby Petrino is saying, get down, we're at the 35. Are you kidding me? What are you doing? And then he gets a couple of good blocks. And right there is where he turns on the Jets. You can see he's not quite 100%. He's got to be a little tired.
You have such a selling job to do to the recruits. You have to convince them to come in and help you build a program. A fortuitous bounce here. Jacoby Ford put it in the playbook. 92 yards. Wow.
Let's look at Jacoby Ford fielding this punt. His elbows get outside his body, and the ball just comes on right in his midsection. But aggressive player stays after it. And the rest is history, Dave. Just like you said, 92 yards later, they forgot about that fumble punt.
Once he made the cutback and deked the punter, Mike O'Neill, the rest was easy.
Slings it out wide. Giant hit.
My goodness, Kanye Clark.
You hope he just got the wind knocked out of him. This play happened so fast. Clark saw it the whole time.
Did throw a couple of touchdowns last week. 3 in the pattern here. Protection for balls. On the far side and another big hit. That time Davis took it from Sherrod Smith. Boy, is this one hard hitting.
They're laying the hit stick today.
And for the Gators, it's that man, number 1, wide receiver in the country last year, Percy Harvin. The two were teammates last year on the East-West Shrine game, but apparently there is no love lost between the two.
And a second down and 11 to the 40-yard line, 35-30 on the explosion at the 20-10, and a touchdown. There he is. Percy Harvin, whom we were just talking about, a 41-yard carry for the touchdown for Florida.
Dust balls on the offensive coordinator, creative, burns into the end zone. Touchdown, Newton! Is there anything else he can do?
6'6", 250 pounds. 200 yards a game rushing the last 3 weeks in the SEC. Throws 2 completions early, then all of a sudden he catches a touchdown pass. Does that equal
not right.
Heisman Trophy?
That's not right.
Fowler Nicolosi has time, steps through the pocket, throwing on the run, and it's picked off. And that's Hunter. Travis Hunter up the right side. Hunter inside the 45.
I mean, who else would get that interception but Travis Hunter? He's running that route better than the receiver is.
And in one practice, Monty Kiffin got on him about being out of position. Kiffin had forgotten where he lined him up that day. Here's Tebow. Chased. Oh, my gosh. He might have enough for the first down. He might. And if so, another memorable Tebow effort.
Both starting receivers out of the lineup, so you expect the run, and you get it with Ricky Williams. Up the middle of the field. Ricky Williams, touchdown, Texas.
He hit a little Heisman there. You see the Heisman?
I saw that.
He gave the Heisman.
A 37-yard touchdown scamper as the Longhorns begin to pull away.
Calvin Johnson in the slot. Ball has plenty of time and fires down the field. Johnson collects it and heads to the end zone.
Thank you. One-on-one coverage with number 21. Lead him downfield, up in the air, and just let him run to the ball to make a play. Lack of production.
Calvin Johnson
here
might make another play.
That's true.
All right, that's one thing you got.
You got this freshman quarterback who I think is a playmaker. You never know what he's capable of doing.
Yeah, that's true. There's Johnson on the receiving end. His ball just throws it up. The big guy gets it. Can he get to the end zone? Yes. That's the reason to keep watching, Herb Street.
And that's the Home Depot coaching adjustment at halftime. Throw it up in the air and let 21 run underneath it.
That's why you're up 2 now. There's a 21.
Well, hopefully he'll stay in long enough or we'll get a chance to see him make a few more plays.
Clark paces on the sideline. They're still a distance from where they need to go to be in field goal range. And with this, they're not going to need it. He is going to walk in for the touchdown, Ahmad Hawkins. As UCLA jumps to a 28-0 lead over Nebraska as we start the second quarter of play. The Huskers have done virtually nothing offensively. 3rd down and 8 as Steve Taylor drops one off underneath, and a wicked hit. It is Matt Darby again nailing the Nebraska receiver Brinson. I mean, he just drove him into the Rose Bowl turf. I'll tell you, he's a good one. Very strong. No backs in the backfield. Throws it complete over the middle. And I'll tell you, Quentin Coriat may have just sent McPherson to the sidelines.
Going to see now the running back, number 4, Kyle McPherson, catch the in route. Watch Coriat. He's going to look up the inside route.
4th down and 2, and the crowd is fired up. Man in motion.
It's Fannin Jr. Can he get to the outside? He does. He's down to the sidelines. Cuts back. He'll walk it into the end zone. Incredible. 4th and 2. Touchdown to the house for Harold Fannin Jr.
Run for the first down. Mendenhall breaks it. Got a wide receiver out in front to block for him. Going for the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Poor angle by Keith Rivers, the linebacker, who's in position to make the play and actually just runs by Mendenhall. I'm just impressed with Mendenhall in the open field. He's known as a power back, but here he shows you he can take it 80 yards for a touchdown.
Oh, it's 2nd down and 4. Reed looking right, going for the end zone, and hangs up with Blackman. Comes down with a touchdown. And use the advantage.
Yeah, single coverage outside. But look at Rainey. Never finds the ball at all. There's contact, but Justin Blackman, great job fighting through the contact, going around Rainey right there and just coming down with the ball.
They desperately need to get something in the end zone.
Carr, fade, knocked away, touchdown! What a grab by Davante Adams.
And then it's who wants it more right at the end. That was a spectacular catch because it probably should have been pass interference, but Carr believes that guys like Davante Adams will go up and make a play, and that's a spectacular one right there.
Extra tight ends in there up front. And it's going to be a fade to the corner, though, to Smith. Oh, he one-handed it again. How many times is this kid going to do this year?
This is basically how Chris Carter played wide receiver here.
Well, he's going to break Chris Carter's freshman records at the pace he's going. Wow. It's becoming commonplace.
He keeps doing this. Instead of being you got Moss, it's going to be you got Smith.
3rd down, and they need the 46 of Florida State. Look at the pressure. Gets away, and it's intercepted. Derek Brooks is going to take it the distance for the touchdown. 49 yards.
3rd down, tough down to throw against Florida State. That's his 3rd touchdown round. He's now outscored, not kicking the extra points, of course, but he's now outscored all of Florida State's opponents 18-14 himself.
That's what he's supposed to do. He filled the gap real nice, protected the back door, did a good job. Here comes some heat.
Good pass in the air. Picked off. That's Urlacher.
He's a foot race. He'll beat this kid.
To the 30. He's going to beat the quarterback and score. New Mexico scores.
I don't see any flags. I don't see any timeouts.
The ball, I thought, was going to be ruled dead. No whistle back at the other side.
Ordine is protesting. He's yelling and screaming out there.
Urlacher scores his 5th touchdown of the year, but his 1st on defense.
2nd and 3 for the Bears. Up 21-3. Lynch breaks one tackle and picks up the 1st down, and now he wants more. Hawkins out to block. He gets one block. He may go. Breaks that tackle, and now he's gone. Marshawn Lynch, 71 yards.
The thing is, he brings his own blocks. He doesn't always need the block. He will just throw people off him. You cannot ever quit playing on defense versus Marshawn Lynch. What an amazing tailback.
He is impressive.
I mean, he's as good as they come in the country today.
Nate Longshore out of the I formation. Gives it to Beth. Big open hole for Javed, and look at that. With the one block, he's going to be gone. Javed headed toward the corner and in for the touchdown.
You know what's great about this athletic offensive line for Cal is that they have the momentum. You see a great block by the wide receiver number 8 for Cal. He came up with a huge knockout block, really sprung best for the end zone. Impressive run by that young runner right there.
Cal takes it over, and not the good return that they've been getting. They scrimmage from their own 19-yard line. This is Marine. Right side breaks it. He could be gone. Let's count it. 50, 40, 30, 20, at the 10. Touchdown, Shane Marine, 81 yards.
61-yard punt by Mr. Price. There's the fake toss. Reggie rolls hard to the left. He's got Johnson in the air, incomplete because of a devastating hit by Ndukwe.
Ndukwe in the Fiesta Bowl was beaten down the field by Ohio State. He loses 10 to 15 pounds. Watch him close on this ball. Great lick, forcing that football out of there.
Hoping that the Wolfpack can continue their successful streak. In fact, the day they gave up their first point in 8 quarters. Right now down by a field goal and touch. And whoa, what a hit. Did the ball stay or was it recovered by Boise? Waiting for the officials. Ball goes to Boise. A turnover on the hit. Unbelievable hit.
Second down, Kaepernick takes that pistol snap, runs with it, still running. He's not going to stop until he gets to the end zone. Kaepernick, 75 yards.
These guys are in the style points now in the uniforms.
More wide outs. Dantzler up the middle. Dantzler breaks a couple of tackles. Will he break this one? Yes. And keep on going. One man to beat, and they won't get him. It's a 33-yard touchdown scamper for Woodrow Dantzler.
But watch this young man run. I mean, this is a pure running back that happens to have a great arm and a great head. You know what I mean? So he can play quarterback, but you won't find many running backs in America that have a better rhythm than this young man.
3rd and 3. Pressure picked up. Manziel to the end zone. Swoop! Caught it! Touchdown, Texas A&M!
Empty for Minicucci. Silver in motion for a 3rd time in a row. It's Minicucci. This time he finds the end zone. Nick Minicucci wins it for Delaware. Welcome back. FBS football inside at Delaware Stadium. The blue and gold victorious.
Doing a nice job of taking what FIU is giving him. And of course they're kind of picking themselves off as well.
Here's Tiffin. The kickoff again. T.Y. Hilton, the deep man, and he'll take it from his 5. Hilton at the 15, Hilton at the 20, Hilton at the 30, and that's why you don't want to kick it to him. He is off to the races. 25, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, 97 yards. T.Y. Hilton, that is the longest return of his career and the 2nd score for him as a kickoff return man, and that is why he was one of the best in the country a year ago.
Well, it's not like you didn't get a heads up all week. You knew what this kid was capable of. Look like Courtney Upchurch missed a tackle.
Waiting for the punt from McLaughlin is Devin Hester at the 45. He almost had one for a score last week. Pressure on the punter, a much better one. A wobbler, a high one, though. Hester looking for a block. And here we go. He's got a wall on the sideline. Now it's the punter. Can he get him? No! He fans on it. Touchdown, Hester and Miami. Give me a break.
Incredible. You can't simulate Miami's speed if you're Temple in practice. I mean, you can't practice what Hester does against you and give this kind of look. That's why they wanted to kick it out of bounds. Because Hester, I mean, he makes a lot of bad decisions, but they can't tackle him. They can't corral him. They can't bring him down.
And it never felt like he had enough time.
Tyson Beatty's punt. Ted Ginn from the 39. Goodness, does he make people miss. He is off to the races. To the 10, to the 5, touchdown. 57 yards. Ted Ginn with the exclamation point for Ohio State today.
Right now, there's that little push pass to Tavon Austin. Look at the blocking downfield, and he may be gone. Austin is gone. No flags on the play.
75 yards.
Speed is a beautiful thing on the football field. It looked like there was no shot for this to go the distance, and then speed takes over with one push down the field and into the end zone later.
Now Pacek, here's Woody.
Drop the ball, and it's recovered by Carl Joseph. It was Cook who knocks it loose.
And you were talking about the two hands on the ball. The defender comes up and literally gets his helmet on the football, and Woody coughs it up.
All right, Linda, so the defensive touchdown giving Georgia the lead here. Drew Tate, is it intercepted by Myers? Yes! Will Myers gets the tipped ball off the hands of Andy Brodell, and Indiana has the football.
That may be referred to as the catch here at Indiana, because Will Myers reaches out with one hand and brings this football in.
What they cannot do at this particular point, they want to get the ball into the end zone, but you cannot turn it over, David.
Taylor Jacobs is back in the game. The ball snapped over Grossman's head. He picks it up and throws it. Touchdown, Gaffney! Just like you draw it up.
I don't know if that's how you draw it up, but that is called being very calm, very cool, going back, picking up the football, knowing that you've got Gaffney isolated one-on-one.
2nd and 10, they hand it off to Talley. They fake it there, try to come back the other way. And look at Roy Williams.
Amazing.
The nation's top defender, the Thurp Award winner, the Bronco Nagurski Award winner.
You're running a trick play at the wrong man, folks. If you go at this guy here, look at it. There it is.
Brown, plenty of time. He goes to his under. Oh, what a hit! And H.B. Blades with a huge hit. Look at this.
Farmers, ranchers out there, and something they take pride in representing the Valley.
First pass in a while, Brandstater. Into coverage. Caught! Touchdown, Fresno! Oh my! Marlon Moore plucked it out of midair after it had been batted around and takes it in for the touchdown. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And Marlon Moore was lucky there, a 38-yard touchdown play.
Boy, another play fake. Quick throw, pass, caught, batted in the air, and caught! The Keel Shorts comes up with the football. Sheldon Gibson got popped, and it went off Adams of Arizona State.
You see this shot. Chad Adams come up and knock Gibson loose. You see the ball bounce off of Salamo Fiso. The Keel Shorts coming up there.
And you see the speed of the freshman back.
Here's the play fake. Oh, it's complete. What a rebound catch. Oh, magic on New Year's Day. Touchdown, Thomas. Jeremy Thomas with an education and concentration off the rebound from Brooks.
He's going to take a shotgun snap. I'm going to put one up.
Mallard in the pocket. Throws it up over the top. Right on the button. Watch out. It's a breakaway. Kobe Hamilton. 10-5. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. That Mallard would go up top. And watch Kobe Hamilton right here. The two defenders collide, and he is gone.
That was Carnell Hatcher and Morris Claiborne running into each other, took each other out of the play.
Trying to get a play in quickly. 2 seconds, 1. They just do snap it. Winston stays on his feet. Launches one in a single coverage. And it is caught on the final play of the half by Kenny Shaw.
When you have a chance to get him on the ground, you got to get him on the ground because he's this strong and this talented, and the arm strength with somebody in his face. And Shaw goes up and does a great job of this arm strength and hand strength.
You got to call a timeout when you got more time on the clock. You got 2 of them. Now they're down to 1 and only 6 seconds.
Shaw's going to air it out. It is caught by Jeffrey for a touchdown!
Oh, my goodness.
Mismanage the clock all you want if you got that. Alshon Jeffrey. Oh, my.
For the year, the Gators are 7 of 10 on 4th down. This is from the 2. It's Burton, jump pass. How about intercepted in the end zone? You try too much, Tebow. And kaboom.
Well, you think Alabama had a hint? Kirby Smart right there is saying, watch the jump pass. Nick Saban's whispering in his ear, watch the jump pass. What did they get? The jump pass. Damian Square over here, number 92. I didn't know if it was going to go to 32 or 11, but Alabama was ready for it.
Unscored on his first play from offense. The jump pass. How about that? Oh, my gosh.
Where have you gone, Tim Tebow? Mitch Joseph. Oh, my gosh.
Short drop, first option is covered. Gonna keep it, gonna try to cut back. Got trouble, now fires! Got him! Touchdown, Oregon! Oh my, Achilles Smith may be the real deal as Bobby Nero pulls it in. This is a remarkable performance by our quarterback. There were doubts about his ability to do this and lead this team.
And to me, 3rd and short is Ezekiel Elliott time as well.
Another big 3rd down. This game has been full of them. They run Wilson in motion, give it to Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott off to the races. Dutra is the only one that can catch him. And it's a touchdown. 55 yards. That was the first time they gave them that look today, and it paid off. Did he get in as Dutra hustling?
Yes.
Sets up a 1st and 10 at the 13 of the Cowboys for Landry Jones and Oklahoma. And on the run, Murray diving for the end zone.
Same touchdown.
Touchdown, Sooners.
5. Let's see, he goes airborne, stay in bounds. Yes, he does. Airborne, does the ball, he gets the ball inside the pylon.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Poise of a veteran. Going to run the toss play. And no shot running for the corner. Jumps for the end zone. Touchdown. He vaults in. Knowshon Moreno.
Knowshon Moreno with the hops we saw earlier this year against Central Michigan. He goes Reggie Bush into the corner of the end zone for a beautiful touchdown for the Dogs.
No running back in the game, and Oklahoma stacks the line on 3rd and 4. Can the Sooners get the much-needed stop? Thorne.
It is intercepted! Intercepted by Lewis! Kip Lewis, could he? My, oh my! Pick 6! And just like that,
That's DJ Moore in motion. Nixon. 4-man rush, gets to him. He lofts it up, and it's picked off by guess who? Eric Berry. Nobody will touch him. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Well, you mentioned this is his 25th career game, his 12th interception of his career. Number 14 in the middle of the field, just eyeballs the football, goes and gets it. Really no mystery to it. He's sitting in the middle playing kind of a linebacker spot when they came with their nickel group. And Barry's such a great athlete. We saw him on offense. Once he gets clean, he's going to get in the end zone. He's just reading the quarterback's eyes, break on the football, take it back.
He looked lean up top. He's listed at 231, but I think he's playing right now still at about 220.
Yeah, he said he was a little bit lighter than that.
Left on the sideline. Inbounds, Dallas Wilson. Wilson stay in? If he did, this is a home run hitter hitting a home run.
There he's in, he's in, he's in, he's in. This kid is living up to all the hype.
That's a true freshman.
That's a grown man.
That call negated the 33-yard touchdown pass and resulted in a Virginia Tech punt. Here's Dorsey airing it out. He's got a man. It's Santana Moss, and say goodbye. That one is for 80 yards.
I would say the ankle is just about 100%. A little stutter step and then the burst to run by Eric Green. And then the throw by Dorsey never breaks stride. Perfect throw and great concentration by Santana Moss. So there's Torrey Holt back at his own 28-yard line. Special teams, one of the strengths of this Florida State team run. A good punt. Holt going to come up to the 32. Doesn't call for the full catch, and a flag is thrown. Still on his feet is Torrey Holt. Going to cut it back. Holt inside the 20 to the corner of the end zone. He's going to score. He's phenomenal, and I think the penalty is against Florida State. But on the 2-yard belt, the penalty is refused. Touchdown. Encroachment of the 2-yard belt. Folks, that guy right there is terrific. 68 yards on the punt return for Torrey Holt. That's as good a punt return as you're ever going to see. The way teams have always tried to attack Florida State, run right up the middle, right at them because of their quickness east and west. And now they've got the great tackles up the middle. Barnett, there's Holt out there, makes the catch. Holt's going to score. Torrey Holt to the end zone. 63 yards, there are no flags on the play. And you better believe this Wolfpack crowd expects the upset now.
Javon Ringer bounces off the pile. He has 4.3 speed. They do have an angle on him, but it's a defensive lineman, Graham, who won't catch him. Touchdown, Michigan State, 64 yards.
Javon Ringer, you don't stop him, he'll bounce off, and this is where he fools you. This is the second gear. I see a big lineman chase me. Guess what, guys? I got a third gear, and that'll take me home.
2 tight end set, ace formation, all stop. The only back. Guess who? Guess who's got the first? And guess who could go? Allstott says, see ya, and I wouldn't want to be a touchdown Boilermakers. He got a nice block from Brian Alford and goes 62 yards for the touchdown. And that is the single-season rushing record in Purdue history, too.
Boy, nice footwork that time. The hop to the hole, and maybe to the end zone. And Roberts grabbed the face mask. It didn't even stop him. Touchdown!
Let me tell you something. You're witnessing one of next year's Heisman frontrunners early, right now. He's auditioning. All he's got to do is come back to the University, to Central Florida, to UCF, and he's going to be on everybody's Heisman list.
Trendon Holiday has been about one guy away from breaking a couple of big ones here tonight. He's back as a punt return man. We'll take this one from the 13-yard line. Holiday, forget it right now. Touchdown. "87 yards for Trendon Holiday. That's what you call impact.
Yep. Marquise Mays is back to return it. Dylan Breeding to punt to the 50. Mays gathers it in at the 17. He's got some room. Gets a block. Breeding's got to stop him. Breeding doesn't. Now there's still a chance defensively. Look at Mays. Now he's at the 10. Cuts back. Brilliant run. Marquise Mays. Mays for the pleasure of a terrific punt return. That's pretty decent stuff, Gary.
Just enough to let Moore get there. So Dylan Joyce back on. Blocked! Indiana blocks the punt and falls on it for a touchdown! Isaiah Jones on the recovery!
Mikhail Kamara made so many plays a year ago. Hasn't had as many as far as the stats are concerned. And now in the biggest moment, in the biggest stage, the veteran and the leader, one of the JMU transfers, comes around that right side, gets a handout, and blocks this punt for this touchdown.
He just finished his junior college ball last year. Back into the Senzo Miller. Uses his speed to get the first down and more. What a run by Miller, still going. He's at the 45 and the 40, and now he's gone. A spectacular touchdown for the Senzo Miller. 78 yards.
You see the safety sliding over. I want you to look at the effort here and the lack of effort on the other side of the ball. He breaks 3 tackles right there, 4 tackles, 5 tackles. Look at the balance. You got to wonder where the rest of the BYU team is at this point. I mean, that's an outstanding effort by Miller. Look, he's got his hamstring taped, and at that point it's gone, but he broke about 6 tackles before he got to midfield.
Count him. He passed every defender for BYU, all of them.
Where is BYU?
Just remember, from a coach's standpoint, and I've been in a situation, when you got a tired football team, the first thing that shows is lousy tackle. Right. And that's exactly BYU. In this situation, it's unfair.
Especially at USC before going out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dixon, deep ball, man wide open, got it, perfect. This is an Oregon touchdown. Derek Jones. It took one play for Dennis Dixon to throw another perfect pass. 61 yards, touchdown Ducks.
There's another one of those, and what was that? I'm telling you, this guy is so good. This Dennis Dixon, when he said he loves this offense, I guess so.
Option, boy, does Stewart take a shot. Salon cuts it up, breaks it, he's going to score. We'll count it off. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Buffalo.
Second down and 10. Ducks showing some sort of blitz. Now they'll drop off into cover. Still gets a little bit of pressure as they go back to Jackson. He's got a lot of room. 50, needs a block. 40, 30, 20, cuts back. 10, 5, touchdown Oregon State.
Well, you know, that's a man number 34, Steven Jackson, doing everything in his power to win this game. And right there, taking the ball, catching the football, and running over 50 yards for a touchdown.
Williams in motion, play fake, and Pollock got Stocco back at the 15. He came off the edge, and it's Georgia ball. Houdini's in the house.
Watch him jump off this football. It's over right now. Caused fumble and recovered fumble. That is a big-time play right here.
In one fell swoop, Bob, he made the sack, took the ball from Stocco.
Carlton Thomas, the tailback. Cock fakes it. Look out from behind. Loose ball. Georgia got it back out at the 30, but Cox, Stephon Gilmore got a free run and just creamed him.
Hill is back in the game and in the backfield with Allen. Boise State with pressure. Allen's in trouble. Looking. Firing. End zone. Touchdown! Gentry! Rypien flushed, hit, ball's loose! Ball's loose! It's out of the end zone! That's going to be a safety unless it's a forward pass.
Chase Appleby, the nose tackle, wraps around and I believe knocks the ball out before Rypien had a chance to make that forward motion.
It's a safety.
McFadden put the ball on the ground, a slight blemish on his potential Heisman resume a little bit earlier in the first quarter. On the end around, this is Jones, and Jones has some real estate ahead of him. Felix Jones telling everyone to look at his shoe bottoms. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
Watch Felix Jones right here on the reverse action. A lot of misdirection in the backfield right here. And he gets a block by Hillis right there. The fullback takes him to the ground.
Bob, nobody's going to catch him at that point. Hey, stacking up pretty good against some of those guys, especially McFadden.
And running in this league, in this conference, Mark.
The give is once more. McFadden.
See ya.
D-Mac.
Hold on, Matt Ryan.
D-Mac not looking back. Touchdown.
How about that Heisman, Mark Jones?
How do you like
it? Wide open again. Did that take how long?
It was an 80-yard run. I'll guess about 8 seconds.
Wow.
Somebody get him a plane ticket for New York City and the Downtown Athletic Club. Back in Tallahassee, Georgia Tech with the ball, first down and 10 from their own 26. Nesbitt back to pass. Downfield. Caught by Thomas, and he's going to score. Demaryius Thomas. Touchdown, but there's a flag on the play.
It was defensive pass interference, and we've been talking about Demaryius Thomas. We talked about him at the end of the first half, how he had not touched the football. He just touched the football.
Auburn has to score a touchdown here. They've got to stand up and make it happen in their favor.
Trotter from the shotgun on 3rd and 5. Here comes Ingram. It's caught. Lutzenkirchen drops it in the end zone, and they say touchdown. Barry Trotter to Philip Lutzenkirchen on a wild 15-yard pass play.
On a 3rd down as he opts to play coverage. He's playing coverage. Over the middle. Caught by the tight end, Payne Durham. Into Tennessee territory. Spins free. Durham down the sideline. A stiff arm. He is in. What a play by Payne Durham. It goes for 62, and Purdue's back in front. Did he stay in bounds all the way down the sideline?
Look at the anticipation, throwing before his tight end is in that second window. And here, this is just a lapse of concentration by Tennessee.
Second down, 13. Jackson Stratton starts the fourth quarter, 5 out of 11. Out of the backfield, Caleb Johnson. Breaking tackles, moving defenders, and still going. Caleb Johnson, sprint for the end zone. That he will win. Touchdown, Iowa.
Are you kidding me? He's got great blockers out front. Nick DeYoung gets out there, but Caleb Johnson bouncing off of defenders. John Bullock, one of the best tacklers in the Big Ten, can't bring him down. Caleb Johnson does the rest. I'm telling you, his contact balance is crazy. His ability to bounce off 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, can't bring him down. That is unbelievable.
Tony White, defensive coordinator, telling us we played big backs before, plenty of them that are easy to hit. This guy's different.
Oh, Sutton Smith, after a bad mesh, comes up with a huge play. Sutton Smith, the Tigers are roaring at home.
But the 185-pound Smith just stiff arms him right in the face. Bounces it to the outside, and then he shows you the wheels. He has been hitting home runs early this year.
They'd like to put this in their own hands. They've run the same running play the last 2 plays. They're lined up in the exact same formation again.
Washington again, he's met, but he does surge ahead to what should be a first down. He was met by Cruz Law.
Memphis is saying they've got the football.
They are claiming they have the football.
Watch the right elbow. That's the first thing it's going to touch. You can't really see it there. There's a defender coming in. He's able to punch it out.
Wait a minute.
Was that elbow down?
Well, his right knee is on top of a defensive player.
It was Chris Bracey coming in. That ball comes out.
After review play, the runner fumbled the ball prior to being down by Rule. It was recovered by Memphis. First down, Memphis.
This place is exploding.
Florida State, the best team against the run in the nation. Florida's rushed for 51 yards today. Johnson back in on 3rd down and 2. Everybody up on the line for the Florida State defense, and Taylor runs right by them. Brent Taylor may go. Touchdown, Florida!
Watch the block of the fullback, number 40 on Darrell Bush, the middle linebacker. Bush couldn't get off the block quick enough. That's exactly one of the plays they ran against Florida State in the Sugar Bowl, also for a touchdown.
The number 1 ranking hanging in the balance perhaps on this drive. Could be a last chance opportunity for Florida with 2:33 remaining. Gators start at their own 20. Johnson lofts it deep. Green is behind the defense. He's at the 35. He's at the 25. And he's tackled at the 17-yard line by Tay Cody.
Florida came with the blitz. They blitzed their inside linebacker. Samari Rolle trying to cover man-to-man against Jaquez Green. What an afternoon Jaquez has had there for Florida.
63 yards. Calhoun lined up to the left of Stocco. Quarterback draw. Stocco! Touchdown!
Fourth in the game. Reed, rush comes. Reed pumps, fires. It is caught. Nate Borkacher brings it in and ties the game.
And watch Marcel Reed. He's looking inside first. He kind of clutches it, and at the last minute gives his big tight end a chance. And Borkacher comes through. Throw on the run, give the big body tight end a chance.
And 1:15 left with a 5-point Cougar lead. Pickett. Downfield, he fires!
Got it.
From it! Touchdown, Corey Williams!
Watch Pickett, pump fake early, holds the defense, and then he just unleashes a bullet. That's just a great catch.
They're managing the end of this game pretty well with Brink at quarterback, and they can do so because they have that kind of experience.
Play fake, look out. Brink has to unload. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown, Cougars. Gibson with the score.
Tremendous pressure on Brink with the blitz coming from the outside. Unloads it to the same side of the field. And Brandon Gibson wide open.
Seals with a check down. And Payne makes one tackle, scoots down the sideline, stays in bounds!
No.
Did he just end the game? Touchdown! The game is not over. The game is not over. The game is not over. The game is not over.
TCU is
The game is not
Jeremy
over.
Payne, but you can hear in the background the referee saying they have to go to replay. They have to make sure that Payne stayed in.
The touchdown is good. The game is over.
And now they say the touchdown is good. And TCU can officially celebrate. Inches between his feet and the sideline. One contact balance by Jeremy Payne.
So, 4th and 13. They need the 27 to keep
this alive. Rutgers showing blitz. Double-A gap blitz. They bring the house. Here's the throw. Hit as he throws. It's caught by Bryant. First down. 15-10. House call. Touchdown. Pat Bryant from Luke Altmaier on 4th down.
Wow. Pat Bryant with the clutch catch.
There you go.
They get back in possession. 27 seconds to go.
They move the chains there, so the clock's going to stop. Gives them an opportunity to get to the line, run another play without any time going away.
They've got to score a touchdown. A field goal does them no good. It's caught! Incomplete! Trayshawn! It's a miracle! Touchdown! Beavers busting Stanford! An implausible finish. 56 yards.
The disbelief on the faces.
15 pass completions in a row. This will be his last, and it's for the football game. If he can get it off. To the end zone. Tipped. And he caught it. It's touchdown. Holy Toledo. Stephon Jackson does it again.
Timmy, the mindset of being back here trying to defend this play is how aggressive. You're worried about drawing a penalty. But the concentration, the ability to stay with it, keep your eyes focused on the ball throughout the whole series, man. It's just unbelievable.
Quick response does cut into the lead, but now the Tigers defense is going to have to stop Henry and company. Drake makes a cut, gets the corner. Look out, Kenyon Drake can fly. Eludes the kicker and will not be caught. Touchdown, Drake. 95 yards.
And think of the injuries. Think of the career that Drake's had. A missed tackle there by Tankersley, and there's no way Kearse can catch him. Or the kicker. The only guy that had a chance was T.J. Green at the end, 15. Drake sensed him and dove for the pylon to get it to the corner.
Another look. He extends his arms. Just the fuel tank about empty. He's getting near that pylon and reaches for it and gets it.
That's a touchdown.
He and Fowler switch places. Sims, quick throw, intercepted. Picked off by Steve Miller. Miller, defensive lineman Dream, touchdown. What else can happen in this game?
What a perfect call by Luke Fickell and Chris Ash. They anticipated on that third down play that Blake Sims would look for Amari Cooper on a slant. They dropped the defensive end on a zone pressure right in the way of that throw.
And now you have to be careful of your Ole Miss. If you don't convert, Georgia has timeouts and a strong-legged kicker. Chambliss lobbing it up behind the defense. Dejan Stribling tackled from behind by DeMello Jones at the 30. What a call by Charlie Weiss.
Unless it's wide open, you throw it away. And this was an unbelievable job of recognition. You have press on your number 2 receiver to the left-hand side.
47 yards. And it is good! Right down the middle!
Here we go. Got to get to the 8. He's going to take off and run. Mendoza weaves his way first and goal. Diving toward the end zone. Touchdown! That's why he won the Heisman Trophy.
What a call. What a call by Curt Cignetti and the offensive coordinator, Mike Shanahan. Quarterback draw. He definitely breaks the plane, holds on to the football for a touchdown. What an individual effort, as you said, Chris, by the Heisman Trophy winner.